Hi, welcome to another Mystic Dude video. So what we're going to do today, we're going to show you how to make a build. We're going to go on a marksman build. But the premise for putting a build together is basically the same. So first, you're going to need somewhere to save it. So you need to come to your loadouts here and find a spare slot. If you haven't got one, you're going to have to delete one of your others. You're going to have to wait till TU12 when they're going to give us an extra 4 slots. So what we'll do, we'll we'll have to move out of here because the game's fucking broke and it won't let you change loadouts in shooting range. So we'll come up to stash here, then we can get some items as well. So what you need to do is create a loadout. So we'll use this Ridgeway one because I've never bothered with it. So let's rename it and we'll call it whatever you want, Marksman or AR, LMG, whatever build you're going to call it. I'll call this Mantis because I'm going to use a Mantis for it. So you need to decide what you're going to build your build round. Are you building it round a weapon? Are you building it round a gear set? Round a certain exotic? So this, we're just going to build it round the Mantis to have a marksman rifle build. Obviously I could use the Nemesis there, you can see that. But as the Mantis is new, I'll use the Mantis. It's the same premise. I thought I'd lost my Mantis now. Right, so we've moved that to inventory. And we'll put that on. So that's the first piece in, right? So it's a marksman rifle. So you're going to have to think about your specialization. So we'll go sharpshooter. So we're going to need to check what weapons we've got activated, depending what we're going to use for our main weapon and secondary. Main weapon, marksman rifle, as you can see there, 15%. And then that gives us, the other one I've got already activated is rifle and LMG. So I'll leave them as they are. So we'll activate that. Let's just skip that, we don't need to see that. So now we've got the TAC 50, which is a marksman rifle, and the Mantis. So we're starting off roughly at 624 there, we just what I've got on here, but there's a couple of reds already on. So you need to think, right, what do I need? So let's have a look at, you can either start with your brand sets or you can start with your main damaging talents. And as there's only 2 talents, chest and backpack, let's go for that. So I'm looking for either, I mean, perfect headhunter, that works in with it, so we'll put that in stash for now. Perfect focus, that'll work in with it, and it's also rowdy set, brand set. Providence glass cannon, that will work in with it. I'm not going to take obliterate because the buff only lasts 5 seconds. Usually with a marksman, you're not firing that quick. That'd actually be alright. Intimidate if you're running in a team and one of your team members is giving you bonus armor. Yeah, but we'll just pass it over for now. Let's just see if we've missed anything else. Oh, so that's that. Right, let's have a look at backpacks. So again, it's going to be all mainly red builds. Vigilance, I've got a nice vigilance there, except it's got weapon handling and repair skills on. I can only roll one of them off, but it's got max damage. So we won't dismiss it yet. Let's have a look what other we've got. Now that's had vigilance rolled onto it, so I can't take the skill damage off it, which is a shame. So, but it does give us weapon damage. Let's keep going. That's got headshot damage and weapon damage and companion. We'll take that. Companion isn't the strongest vigilance, but it's more stable buff. I'll show you why. Providence with concussion. Now that's already got headshot damage rolled to it, so that's looking like a good bet. It's only a 15% buff though, but we'll stick that in. Let's not rule it out yet. Perfect vigilance. Right, the gift. Weapon damage, critical damage. Increases total. That's not too bad. Weapon damage is a bit low, but because I've not modded it, I can take the repair skills off. So, right, so let's start with them two. So we're going to look for now. Providence brand set gives us headshot, crit chance, crit damage. So the first two we're quite happy with, you know, so it's not too big of a deal. That one there, as you can see, Overwatch, that I use that on my DPS. That'll buff the team, which again, depending on what team you're running with, if you're staying back and you've got a tank build in your team running forward, and you know you're helping to buff him. You know, so you've got to think of these things. Did I have anything here with headshot damage on? Right, I think I'll use that one just because I've not used it for anything else, and I can roll it on. So we'll stick that on for now. Now let's make a decision on the backpack. So we're looking for anything that might already have headshot damage on. That's got headshot companion, weapon damage. Yeah, we'll stick that on. That's got 10% concussion. Companion, concussion. Bit of both. So we'll stick that one on. Right, so at the moment we're looking at 2-piece Providence. And that's going to buff us 30%. And that's going to buff us 10% or 15%. So vigilance would have been better, but like I say, we'll go with what we've got. I can always change it just to show you. Right, so now we need to look at other brand sets. So we'll start with mask. Now I know there's a named item. That gives us 20% headshot damage. So let's see if we can find that. There we go. So I've got a punch drunk there. That gives us 20% headshot damage. So we're going to go for that. So let's stick that on. It's not the brand set we want because it's Douglas and Harding, but it's a 20% headshot, which is good. The elf, I'll roll off it. Right, so I've got knees and holster and gloves. Right, now what I'm going to do here, and I'll show you why, as it's a marksman rifle, I'm going to go with Sawyers. equip. Right, so Sawyers, as you can see, the buff there increases total weapon damage by 3% each second you are not moving. Stacks up to 10. So once you've got full stack, you've got 30%. So 30% plus that 30%, that's 60%. And then with that, either another 10 or another 15 on that, so 70, 75. Yeah. Also as well, from the weapon itself, you get another 50% from that. So now we're looking at 125, 125%. And if that was vigilance on backpack, then you know we're getting another 15% on that, 20%, whatever. Right, so we need to look at gloves and holster. So at the moment, we've it doesn't matter what we've got on, but we're looking at what we've equipped. So we've got 2P's Providence. So right, we haven't got any Rowdy on yet. So let's go and see what we've got in our stash for a Rowdy. Right, I've got one there. That's quite nice. Now a Rowdy gives us. You need at least the two set bonus here is fit marksman rifle and headshot damage. So let's just take that. See if we have anything any better. I've not calibrated that one, so we'll stick that in there and we can compare them. And gloves again. Let's go for a Rowdy. So we've got one there. That's pretty nice. I didn't know I had that. And I've not even calibrated that. Right, so we'll just stick them on. So 14.8, 3.6. So that one's going to be the better one when we've calibrated it. So we'll equip that. And we'll equip that. Right, so we're sort of getting there now. So once you've more or less got your basics set together, you can do this as little or as much as you want. Is go down to your loadout that you created and save it. Yeah. Right, let's have a quick look at the skills. So what skills we're going to use. So the skills might be based on what we've got. So that's going to, we've got concussion on there, so that's not going to be too much. So perfect last cannon. So what you could do is take a skill that'll help your team out and a skill that'll help you out. So you could go with, let's see, let's go with sniper turret. Could have gone with a CC one there, chem launcher, that'll help your team out more. Firefly with blinder, pulse if you're running against Black Tusk and mechs, traps, decoys, you know, stuff like that. But we'll use turret with sniper. We'll just stick to the marksman theme, so to say, and we'll leave the reviver on. Right, so let's just have a quick check. Now we're going to look at mods. Yeah. So we'll just quickly check the mods we've got on here. Damage, duration. Let's have a look. We'll give him extra sniper ammo. Have we got any better than 4.8? Oh, we've got 5% damage there. That's nice. And skill haste, which is reduce the cooldown on it. So we'll go with that. Reviver. I wish this would change. That's got damage in it. So we put armor repair in. really matter on this. Let's put range on, just in case we use it to res our team. And on this one, again, it doesn't really matter. Alpha duration. Right, so once you put them mods in, go to your three pieces, that old mods, which is your mask, chest and backpack. So on these, normally on a DPS build, you would put your crit damage ones on, but we're looking for headshot damage, so that's headshot damage. So that's 1. 2. You don't have to go full headshot damage. You can go sort of hybrid build, headshot, crit chance, crit damage. But we're just going to have time to go through every variation, so we'll just stick to one at the moment. So that's all the mods saved. So what I'm going to do now is overwrite the save again. Right, now the next thing to do is you've got your build. That's basically now your build. Now, if you're putting this build together, or any build, if you haven't got the pieces, I mean, I've got a couple that are not bad rolled. Put your pieces in that you want, yeah. Then you know what you're looking for, yeah, and save the loadout. Even if they're crap pieces, just put them in and save it. At least then you know where you are each time you go back to it, and you can improve the pieces as you go along. Right, so now we're going to go to recalibrate. So we'll start with mask. So I've got my Douglas and Arden. Weapon damage I'm going to keep. Headshot I'm going to keep. Elf, right, so I'm going to roll elf off. What I should have done first is check what kind of stats am I looking at already. So I'm already looking at 35% crit chance, 271 headshot. That's not too bad, that. It's not too shady, that at all. So we've got 35% crit chance, 78 crit damage. So we can soak up a bit more crit chance on this. So we've got weapon handling, crit chance, crit damage. I'm going to put crit chance on that. And then the next piece is our body armor. I've not calibrated that yet. So I can't take the perfect last cannon off it. So it's a case of crit chance to crit damage. I'm going to take the crit damage off. I'm going to put headshot damage on. Backpack. Our backpack, we've already calibrated that, so we can't do anything with it. Our gloves. We don't want repair skills, crit damage. We can't get that off, so as you probably already guessed, we're going to go for headshot damage. Holster. That's not been calibrated, so we'll go for headshot damage. And then finally, our knee pads. We can't calibrate because I'm a muppet. We've got the Soyuz on. So that's basically the build. So I don't know what we started off at. 648, 628 or something like that. We're now at 754 damage on that. Yeah. And that's going to hit for just short of 1 million. So not too shady. So let's go and try it. So bearing in mind the buffs that you're going to get. So we'll set it to 15. We'll put it on invulnerable. Right, so just to go over buffs, we've got headshot weak points against enemies 50%, 30% from there. And I've made a mistake there. I put a mod in, one took it out of another. Headshot, headshot. There you go. Let's have a look at stats. 305% headshot damage, guys. Yeah. So, and again, every time you change something, once you start min-maxing, you know, get into habit of saving. So, we're actually going to just take this off invulnerable because I've got a buff that increases with kills. So we'll just put it on to named. Right. So let's get the Mantis out. So as you can see at the bottom, I've got my buffs going up. You see it ticking up there. Once that gets up, that's got full duration on. So that's 9.9 million. 9.9. So that 11 was because we had the extra buff from the headshot kill. So that's roughly hitting for. Let's see what lad it's for. That's not too bad. Hitting for 1 million a time. So let's say we wanted to increase our damage. So we've got glass cannon, which is 30%. So you think, well, I'm not going to get more than that. Concussion. So let's try a different piece. So companion. So that's 15%. It's not going to give us much of a buff. Perfect vigilance. Right, we'll put that on. We'd need to recalibrate that for headshot damage. But we won't bother just at the moment. We'll just see what it does with a buff. Bit disappointed how low this is hitting, to be honest. I haven't got any special ammo. I don't know. I wish they'd give you that in shooting range so you could try these. So that's basically how to put a build together. And what we'll do, we'll just compare it to the Nemesis. I don't think I'm getting the Mantis buff on the shooting range, guys, to be honest. So that's 18 million. If I could keep Buddy still. 19 million. Again, poor. I mean, it's not a full-on meta build, marksman build, min-max like, but you know, it wasn't long ago we were hitting 45, 50 millions, and I can stick a pistol build on. That'll do 25, 29 million. So yeah, GG massive. Your marksman rifles hit less than your pistol builds. So I hope that's helpful to anybody trying to put a build together. Sort of the mindset of how you do it. It works same for basically all of them. I'll just quickly run through another build. So like there, my rifle build. Oh, again, the stupid fucking shooting range. I can't change loadouts because it has me in combat. So So the rifle build, so I'm running M1A. I'll just quickly go through this. So with that, it's just straightforward, three piece Providence, Fox's Prayer because it damaged at target, Grouper for extra crit damage, War Harris just for vigilance. That's the one I've got. On that build, that gives me 60% crit chance, which is a cap 185 crit damage. If I change to my other rifle build, that gives me a little bit less crit chance, but it's near enough maxed 1998 crit damage. And the difference basically on them builds is one of them's got Obliterate and Companion, which is a self buff. It's basically for me. And the other build has Overwatch and Vigilance, which again, there's not much between them, but if I was playing in a team, I'd probably put Overwatch on just because it buffs my team members as well. But it depends on what your team's running. So that's basically how you put a build together. Hardwired, that's probably one of the easiest builds you can put together. Just 4-piece hardwired for a skill build. Just put everything into damage. Yeah, you don't need, you're not bothered about your other yellow. If you've got a choice, put it as haste. And then just 1-piece Wyvern, 1-piece China, and run the grenade launcher spec for the explosive. Easiest build a lot to make. Shield build, again, you just, with that, that's all about. Where that marksman build I made around the Mantis, this build I made around the backpack and the chest piece. So it's just the adrenaline rush and intimidate that work together. Yeah, so the adrenaline rush gives me bonus armor. Intimidate gives me weapon damage when I've got bonus armor. And then all I did, I just put 4 pieces of foundry around it. Yeah, stuck on a shield and just run it with Liberty. And I can solo legendary with this build as it stands. It's not quick, it's slow, but you know, it's something to do. And you can even use that in a team. You know, if you've got 3 DPS with you, if you're holding them up with shield and everybody can stay behind you, you can keep your back to everybody, and it's not bad. Val Mask build, my current favourite build, just running 4-piece Eclipse. Status effect build. Yeah, I'll put a video up on this. You don't need to run Val Mask, you can run another piece. Golden Gear, that's the hardest piece to get. All 3 yellows, preferably with status and skill damage on it rather than haste and skill damage. But you've got to, at the moment, you've got to roll that blue core attribute off to get the yellow. I run that with the sticky bomb burn just because I prefer it. The chem launcher is a lot more productive in certain ways, but that just hits harder. It gets me spread quicker because it does damage. Yeah, I'm more likely to kill the enemy that's on fire to get me spread going quicker. Whereas with the chem launcher, you'll get the spread going more often, just because you've more ammo. So that's basically how you put the builds together. I've got a video up for these 2 builds, although I have min-maxed them a bit better now. and the Ravenous. So yeah, any questions, hit me up on Discord, leave a comment in the channel, and for now, Mystic Dude out.